minutes.
Oh, yeah, disclaimer, I have no idea what this dude's going to say. I thought I knew what was going to happen.
We're
No,
probably gonna
first
be
week
canceled.
happened. It was really good. The second week, I'm pretty nervous. I'm not going to lie.
I'm
Anything can come out of that dude's mouth. Take it with a grain of salt.
We may have to put like adult content.
I hope
particular one.
I hope we get cancelled before the 45 minutes so I can go get my beer. I hope we get
And that's
cancelled.
Jose, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know.
Gang.
He's a photographer, by the way. Super dope. How do you spell your at?
Fuck no. Let's talk about.
I just
Other
want to
thing.
let people know who we
Like,
are. Last time we didn't
okay.
let anybody know
How
who
do
we
I spell
are,
it?
You know?
It's Insunza Studios.
Okay, so
Insunza
don't worry
Studios.
about it. I'll
It's
just
very-
kinda-
We'll put it somewhere in the caption.
yeah,
somewhere.
put
We'll
it
throw it in
yeah,
there.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Wes Brooklyn. I'm a photographer as well.
Nobody knows him. So that's where
And,
we're trying to get.
This is my boy Chris Latham. Tell
So
him
Chris
about yourself.
Latham here, Montreal born and raised. Recently moved to Vancouver. I'm a content creator, podcaster, writer, video podcaster, digital marketer. How to put it? The digital renaissance man of the new age. This guy right here.
Gang.
Was that-
Digital
so-
renaissance.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so I'm a photographer too. I'm a fucking dope photographer. What
I
the
was gonna say,
fuck,
yeah, bro,
man?
how
Like,
you gonna just outdo us like that? I'm like, hi, I'm Wes Brooklyn. He's like, yeah, I'm a
what's up?
Renaissance creator. Okay, so next week I'm gonna write something that's gonna be a little bit better.
There we
I
go.
get it,
There, I
'cause
got this shit laid out, set up ahead of time.
This ain't your first rodeo, huh?
Yeah.
You've been doing
Fuck,
this shit.
man, that was humiliating, man. That was.
It's okay though. I'm here to uplift. I'm not here to push you guys down, man. I want you
Okay.
guys at this level
'cause
too, baby.
That's average
Okay,
now,
okay,
so now we
okay,
have to go
okay.
up to average, you know?
Exactly.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
only
okay.
one chapter ahead.
One chapter sounds like
Jose's
four,
a-
man.
Jose's
Like,
a- Jose's
dude,
he's a grade
I got
7
lost.
reader still, so he's a couple chapters behind.
yeah. I don't even speak English, man.
So yeah, so we're gonna dive back into this now. Dive back in. So how's your guys' week's been? Like real quick. How's your guys' week's been?
I look good, man.
Was
Blessed
good.
as
Was good.
always.
I did. What's the? It's tank deprivation. How's that called?
Deprivation tank, sensory deprivation
Sensory
tank.
deprivation tank. That's fucking lit, man.
With the salt water and you lay in the tub?
Yeah. Otherwise, you gotta drown.
Yeah.
Like.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna need captions. For it.
But dude, how'd you like that?
Oh man, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's
yeah.
super dope, eh?
Next time I might microdose for that, but it's really good. Like it's different, man. Like I don't do like yoga or any of that, like Wookiee shit. I don't do yoga, meditation or whatever. But getting to that is pretty cool, man. Like first you get into the tank, and you feel like it's not too big, right? And then you're like, fuck, 1 hour in here, 1 hour 15 minutes in here. It's gonna be fucking long, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you can get out, yeah, anytime and come back. Anyways, like they put the music, and then it's relaxing. Once you close the door, and everything is dark,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel so small anymore.
Because you don't, you know when you're floating, did you ever float for so long and not hit any walls that you
Yeah.
actually lose orientation?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was in there, that
Yeah,
happened.
that's how I came here.
And for those who don't know, a sensory deprivation tank is a
Thank you,
tank that's like
please.
a capsule where there's water and a ton of salt, enough salt so that you can float. And the whole premise of that is you're locked into this chamber with no outside light. There's no sound unless you're putting the soft music they offer you. And it gives you a chance to just kind of disconnect, float, become one with yourself, and have no distractions for an hour and 15 minutes. Pretty
So
dope
hard.
stuff.
It's so hard. When I did it, I found my thing on Groupon as well. That's what you
Oh,
got.
yes.
Yeah, the Groupon.
Oh,
one.
don't tell everybody I'm poor, man.
You gotta let people know. Go look at it
Yeah.
on Groupon. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like $45, but I did mine like 2.5 years ago. And when I went, it was the same thing. I got in. I didn't take the sound because I wanted it to be completely sensory deprived. And dude, I got in there, and for me, I'm super active. Like like full ADHD, just wanting to move. Laying there for an hour and 15 minutes was so hard. And you only have your thoughts. And I do meditate. I do yoga, things like that. But sitting in there for that long, I almost got antsy. It was really relaxing for the first bit, but just like anything else, with practice, it would get better and better.
Did you do like with the music at the beginning,
Nope.
or just
the dark.
silence? No,
Just silence, the
No.
dark.
It was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then after probably like 30 minutes, I couldn't do it anymore. Not having any sound. So I got out. I went back in and I turned the light on. Because just
Yeah.
not having anything, because it was the first time, right? Like an hour and 15 minutes with
Yeah.
no sound, no feeling, you're floating.
I think it's nice with the sound because it gives you like different like feelings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
for
You know,
sure.
even like in the beginning, like when you listen to the music, it's kind of like you're
True,
floating into the
true, true.
universe, you know.
Yes.
And then it's kind of like that meditation.
It's almost like
effect.
being in the womb again,
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
except
yeah,
you're not upside down.
What kind
Yeah,
of,
I wasn't
what
like
kind of,
this.
what kind of beats they bumping in the womb?
You know, mama's got some Biggie on there going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Did you guys
Juicy.
fall asleep in the tank?
No.
I was kind of stressed out.
Man.
Like I was relaxed,
Yeah?
but it was kind of like.
Did you fall
You
asleep?
fell asleep?
Dude, I got in there, no sound, knocked out. It was a moment where there's no cell phone, there's no
Mm.
sounds, there's nothing to touch, there's nothing to do. Like I got an hour and 15 just to myself to do nothing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
dream. Walked
Yeah.
in there, passed out. Then the lady was knocking on the door like, you gotta leave. I'm like,
that was your first time when you fell asleep?
yeah, dude. So I got this amazing power of falling asleep anywhere,
Uh-huh.
and I learned.
Amazing power.
It's a skill, man. It's a power, man. It's a power.
That's nice.
And
man.
it's the sort of thing where if I'm not moving for a long period of time, I'll just kind of pass out. So whether it's like it's in class, or if I'm on like a bus or a plane, like I'm the guy on the
Oh,
plane
yeah, I
who
can do
buckles
that,
in,
too, for sure.
gets the headphones in. I'm thinking of getting a hat that says "Wake me up for snacks and food," and just lay out and
Oh yeah.
knock out in
You
an
have that
instant,
thing?
dude. In an instant.
You're
And
a
it's-
pro, man. Like you have that thing, like.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that
Oh
hat.
yeah. You can.
Because, but the thing that scares me though is like I'll talk to old clients is like if I get kids, I'm genuinely concerned I won't hear them cry. And they're like, you will. I'm like, no, you don't think you understand. Like throughout my entire life growing up, when the fire alarm went off in the apartment, my mom would come into my room,
Yeah.
shake me for a bit, it's like fire alarm. Oh shit. Then I get up and go. I did not hear the alarm.
Dude, that's so
Dude,
I'm
bad. Yeah,
out cold.
I'm bad like that too. When I was younger, a heat lamp fell off our cage. We had a snake cage. Fell off right on the carpet next to my bed. It was less than a foot away. I'm not even kidding you.
You have a snake.
I did. And
Fuck,
this was
that's
when I was like
crazy.
7.
It
It
explains
fell
a
off
lot, eh?
right on there.
That's crazy. I don't think like you should have like any pets like if you have to keep them on a cage.
Yeah.
I don't think they're very friendly. I don't think.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
think-
I personally don't like that anymore. I was like
I don't
7.
think
Dude, come on.
like if, that's not a pet, man.
That-
That's a threat inside a cage. You know.
So then what about hamsters? Are they threats?
Probably. I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean probably? It's a hamster.
Probably.
Well, as long as it's not mice, because you know, Pinky and the Brain want to take over the world.
Like rats. I mean, like they're pretty similar to rats. You know. Oh, Pink in the Brain. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
get back to your,
that's
let's
Okay,
get back
anyway,
to your thing.
sorry.
that's what I was saying.
Oh, he's too young,
The heat
yeah?
lamp,
Like, he
heat
doesn't
lamp
know.
fell on the carpet, burned a hole about 5 inches deep into the carpet because it fell face down. Me, my brother, nobody woke up. My dad came from upstairs, man, all the way upstairs, and he lost it. He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you guys, man? You didn't wake up? It was burning right next to your face. There was smoke in the room, like." Yeah, so I have that problem too. I sleep through anything. This morning
No,
took me
man, no.
20 minutes before I heard my alarm. I actually have to put 6 different alarms, all back to back to back, because if not,
Yeah.
there's a chance that I will sleep through every single one of them.
See, that's where I differ. I wake up like this,
No,
5
man.
a.m.
Like-
up before my alarm. My alarm pretty much reminds me time to get dressed. Well, first time to shower, then time to get dressed, then time to leave the house.
Yeah.
That's what my alarm.
But how long have you been doing that for?
Like since I was a
at the
kid,
same
I was
time.
always waking up early as a kid because I'd wake up and watch the morning cartoons.
Oh
And,
yeah.
Like it was to the point I wake up so early back in the day back in the day TV was different.
Yep.
It wasn't 24/7.
Oh yeah. Let's talk
TV
about
shut
that.
off at a
Let's talk
certain
about
time,
that,
right?
sure.
No, man. What do you mean how TV
Yeah.
wasn't 24/7?
Dude, I'd
Yeah.
wake up so early.
You couldn't choose. You couldn't even choose.
you're
You
a
have to watch
dinosaur.
some
You're a
city
dinosaur.
cartoons
That
so you
makes
could
sense.
watch your.
Buddy, before the cartoons, you know those colored bars you see like red, green, yellow,
Oh
blue?
yeah, yeah.
And the sound of like,
Yeah.
so I'd wake up so early that it would be that on the screen, just.
How
And
old
it's
are you?
like,
Somebody just wasn't paying cable bill, man.
That was
Your mom lied.
TV
She
here in
wasn't-
Canada
there
too?
was TV, bro. She lied to
that,
you.
that
You
was
only
in
did-
Canada too.
it
You're only
only
22,
turned
right?
on
No,
at a
there
certain
was
time.
not. There
32.
was not.
32.
Yo,
How old are you?
32.
How old are you?
But needless to say, I've been waking up early my entire life. It was to the point like I'd watch Roseanne in the morning, which was boring as
Roseanne
hell.
was good. I like that show.
Yeah, and you're like 10, 8, whatever. Then like
it was
Arthur
okay.
would come on, which was the hypest show to watch. And then it was get ready for school. But always been waking up super early. And it's like I wake up before my alarm. And it's a skill. Being able to
Yeah.
fall asleep easy and wake up early.
No, I woke up at any noise, man. Like I'm fucking man. Like I'm always aware, man.
It's usually the
Yeah.
sound of a beer cracking.
Talking about that, my beer, man.
I told you, we'll get you that 6-pack later.
Yeah.
I have
But
no
I just
time
started.
for this.
I just,
Fucking living
I
now.
just enjoy the water. It's good for your body, man. I know you don't know that yet.
Not much taste, right? Yeah. Like I just had it. Not much taste, man. I don't.
But yeah.
You know.
No, waking up early is something I've been trying to do again. Because, like I said, my first year out of high school, I woke up at 5 every single morning for a year straight. But the thing that I was doing then was I was also going to bed at 10 every single night without fail.
That's so good, man.
I would turn every light off. I would black out every single light. I had nothing.
Fuck, man.
It was good, bro. It was so good. And then I woke up at 5. I would read for an hour. Then I would watch football for an hour. My routine was so consistent. That year of growth was insane.
So how about, what are your guys' mornings routines now?
Like I don't want to talk about mine now, but usually.
Well, we'll start with you, so it
Like-
goes up for me.
Like yeah. Because let me tell you how I live. You know, I usually like my time to go to bed is like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like, but that was since I was a kid. You know, like I think it has. I was born at 10 p.m. and I think it has to do something with that, man. Like I might be tired the whole day, you know, but at 10 p.m. fucking feel like I feel
Get your
good,
second wind,
man.
huh?
Maybe I'll have a beer. No, not every day. but you know, like for me, it's like after 10, like everywhere is quiet, you know. So I can go party. No, and I can, you know, I can work on my pictures, you know, to work on them. So maybe I usually go to sleep like 2, 3 a.m. and then wake up at around 10. No, yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah.
I like what you said about how when it's like 10 p.m., you get to do your stuff, everything's quiet, you get
Yeah.
to do your work. I
It's
get the
like
exact same thing,
in the
but like at
morning.
5, 4 a.m.
Me too.
No,
too.
man, that's no, man,
'Cause
that's
10
no, that's
dude.
too early. that's that's too early. I'm coming back from the party at the time.
Which is why it's so quiet. Everyone's come back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm the same in that sense. Wait, you never even said what you did in the morning. What do you do in the morning? Is it different every single day? Because somebody who's like creative as you are, like people
Yeah,
don't know
like-
what you.
No, but I
don't-
have like morning routine, like maybe drink tea at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
you drink
morning. Yeah.
That surprised the fuck out of me. Keep going.
Wow.
I'm interested now. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's too early for cocaine. You know?
Jesus Christ, man. I told you, please, young viewers, don't listen to Jose. I don't
I'm
know.
kidding.
I
I'm
don't really
kidding.
know this
Just
guy.
just a joke. Just a joke.
You got a little.
God damn. Okay. T.
So
You
tea.
went from here to here, real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, because I saw your eyes. You know, you were expecting something from me. Yeah, I used to like tea, like maybe walk my dog and then come back and start to work on the pictures or maybe email, something like that. Not like the morning. I don't feel like very creative at the time. Like I'm still trying to like catch up with the reality, you know. And then whatever, maybe just exercise then after probably 5, 6 p.m.
Okay.
It's a good time
After
to-
work, usually.
after eating, maybe after work. But 5, 6 p.m. is like I feel like it's a good time to, because anyways, like I'm not going to sleep till 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
I still have time to like come down and.
So I'm curious, because you mentioned you're not that creative in the morning. Do you find that you have a sort of routine or system you follow before you start your creativity? Like, is there a few things you need to get done before you get into the zone, get into that flow state to start being creative?
Not really. I just sitting in front of my computer, like maybe play a podcast. Not yours. Someone like something interesting.
Do you think you lie at least? Last time he's on this
I hate
podcast.
this guy,
No, I mean like yeah, probably listen to music or.
Hey guys, can I come back? No,
Yeah,
dude, we're good, man.
I love your podcast, man. Was really like you agree on everything all the time. Like it was really interesting.
He didn't
to
watch the
hear
whole
you.
thing.
Like,
He
no, I
has
didn't
no
watch the
idea
whole
what
thing.
he's talking about, bro.
Have a
Yeah.
life, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so back to your routine. It's
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
you
That's,
just go right into it.
Yeah. I just
So
sit
there's-
down. Maybe at the beginning, like I find myself like wondering about like just pull up a picture and then no, not this one now, blah, blah, blah. And then, but then once I start, it's hard for me to stop. Sometimes like I can like if I'm in the mood, I can be like working until 6 in the morning, no problem. Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
Oh yeah, I
That
love
is
it,
a
man.
good place to be.
I love it.
You get into that whole flow state.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's amazing, man. Like when you start to work on the pictures the way I do, it's it's almost like painting, yeah. So what I do is like I just put all the pictures on place, and then I start to work on the lights, the colors, and everything. Like get rid of. It takes a lot of just look at the pictures like this, just stare at the work and like it's not completed yet. It's not completed yet. Something's missing. Something's missing.
Yeah.
So, takes time.
I think just so people know who you are and whoever's watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna put some of the overlays for your pictures just so they can kind of see.
Oh, that'll be nice.
How long does each one roughly take? Because I know they're all very different. They're super in depth. You said some take years.
Yeah,
to think
actually,
about.
some take years, but like since I came to Canada, I've tried to be more productive, more into making my thing a product. So sometimes I can do like even in 20 hours, something like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
20 hours is a hell of a long time though for one photo.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
that's a
But
long
it's not just a photo. It's just like
Of course.
it's an
Yeah.
artwork. Yeah, it's like a painting almost.
Yeah. Like my photography and your photography are very different.
Yeah, mine is better.
100%.
And we got Humble Jose in the house. He's been drinking that humble juice.
Yeah.
Told you this was not my juice.
But yeah, so
I'm just kidding, man.
I know,
I like
I
your
know,
photography.
I know
I like
much
your
better.
photography. How come?
But yeah, so we're talking about morning routines,
Yeah, so
right?
what's your morning routine?
Okay, so I'll give you ideal morning routine because I've had very different states of morning routines.
Okay.
So like I said, my first year, this is my most productive morning routine. My first year out of high school, I was waking up every single morning at 5 a.m. Without fail. Every single morning, I would put my phone at the other end of the room so I could actually wake up because I knew it was a weakness of mine to hit snooze.
Yes.
So I would combat that by strategically placing it at the other end, so I had to physically get up and go get it. I did place a chair next to the phone so I could sit down, but that was because sometimes it would be like this for 20 minutes. But after that, I would read for an hour. This is different than today's, by the way.
You're going to say today's after.
Yes.
We need to see both.
Yeah, I would read for an hour. Then after that, I would actually play 2K and
What'd you
listen
read?
to a podcast.
What'd you read?
I was actually reading textbooks at the time. I read
Okay.
14 textbooks in 1 year about strength training.
Okay.
It was, some of them were fucking intense, like double PhD Russian textbooks translated into English. That shit was dry.
Yes.
Dry.
Very dry, dude.
Very dry. But yeah, I would just force it through for an hour. Like that shit was crazy now that I think about it, because today's routine is 15 minutes of reading. That's it. Lightest shit ever. But it's consistent. I'm trying to make this a lifelong thing, right?
But also
Yeah,
in high
how
school,
you
you
do
had
it?
more free time.
How you do it?
This was the year after high school. So I wasn't actually doing anything except for working. I was serving, and I was playing football.
So
with
how
the
you do?
Huskies.
How do you for 15 minutes reading?
How do
like-
I do it?
Yeah, how you do it? Like you just set up like the alarm or anything?
Yeah, straight up. So let me finish that, and then I'll get into to
Okay.
my-
Okay.
So after that, I was playing 2K and listening to a podcast. So what that was is I was feeding my brain, but to keep myself awake, I was playing 2K because it was still 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? So I had to do that. And I was
that.
18 at the time.
That is
19.
great.
That's
That
what it
is
was,
so
bro.
great.
I would put it on rookie, so I was dropping buckets on
Yep.
people. You know, I started the day with some wins. That clap was probably hella loud. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was doing that for an hour, and then I would actually watch footage, like football footage on YouTube. Either people breaking down game film or me watching film. It was just an hour of football. That's what I made it. Just an hour of football because it was still early.
But I do want to add that, like we were laughing about this, what you did was a pretty smart thing of combining something that's very tedious and boring, combined with something that you enjoy, to make the task a whole lot more easier and much more palatable to digest.
Yeah.
So you took something that was either not super exciting, like listening to a podcast, I don't think anyone listens to a podcast being stationary, just sitting there like this, like.
Yeah, but I actually loved the podcast.
Mhm.
But to go like this,
You're getting 2 for 1.
yeah, and it wasn't, playing 2K wasn't hard enough to take my attention, so I was actually consuming it. You know what I mean?
And that's why people always talk about listening to podcasts or audiobooks while driving. You get into this automatic state where everything's from the ground up. You're not really reacting to anything, and you're able to ingest that top-down information coming from the podcast.
Yeah. And the reason I was playing 2K actually is because I knew my weaknesses. So that was being self-aware. The reason I put my phone at the other end of the room is because I knew my weaknesses. The reason when I went to bed, I put my phone at the other end of the room, right? So I knew I would wake up, but also because it was a distraction for me at night. That was a big thing was, and yeah, I would, without fail, man, 10 o'clock would hit, and the discipline was so real. Like that, knowing your weaknesses is huge because if you can see where you're going to fail, you can stop that before it
Set up a
actually
contingency
happens.
plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I have like my systems like that too because I
Yeah.
know like I get very distracted all the
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
So I always like leave my keys in the same spot. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so there's no way that I miss it. You know.
Exactly.
So I mean like if you're like me, somebody like is always like kind of like in the clouds and because you look like you're more disciplined, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not very much, but you can build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. So now my routine is kind of different in the way that it's structured. I'm really trying to get it back to wake up at 5:45 a.m. without fail in the morning, every morning. Because that way I get everything done. Every single day is the same start, so it's a solid win. And that way I have the evenings to be productive and do everything else. Because I'm trying to do so many different things that it's so fucking hard. If you wake up an hour before work, you have to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to make my lunch then, so then I'm spending money out to eat. You know what I mean? Now you're setting
Downward
yourself
spiral.
backward. My finances go backwards.
Mhm.
I didn't do my habits. So yeah, so now how I structure my day is based around a couple daily habits.
Yep.
So one of the daily habits is reading for 15 minutes. One is listening to an audio. Could be any length. Could be 6 minutes. Usually it's about 15 to 30. I do yoga, and that's more just like get your ass in the gym. I could do anything. I could jump rope for 20 minutes. I could do 200 push-ups, whatever. Just move for 20 to 30 minutes. And other than that, and then I meditate, and then I pray. And that is kind of combined into one. And then also like manifesting
Who you
things
pray
like
to?
that. Who I pray to?
To me. You better
That
be.
humble juice.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
it's
yeah,
prayer, prayer.
Jose, I just Jesus.
That's his middle name.
That was good. That was
But
good.
who do I pray to?
I'm proud of you, my son.
Yeah. No, who do I pray to is a really good question because
It is.
I'm not Christian. I'm not Catholic. I'm not Buddhist. I am very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say God, but it's not Christian God. It's not the Catholic God. It's more, I have a very special relationship with God. Because what I like to do, I actually studied Buddhism a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My mom she did her yoga teacher training, and she
Nice.
started to bring that shit into the house.
Yes.
And what I said, actually, she's like, I think because my mom grew up, she was not born Catholic, whatever it is, raised Catholic. She
Mhm.
disassociated from that, and she actually started to get into Buddhism in her yoga teacher training. And one day she said, I think if I was actually gonna pick a religion, I would be Buddhist. You want to know what I said? This is how young I was. I was like, Buddhism? Don't they wear shit on their heads? I was like, how dumb can I be? You know what I mean? Like, just so ignorant at the time. But anyways,
Yeah.
what I did, being the student that I am, I started to research it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to realize, man, like this is a great religion. I loved all the principles. That's how I started doing yoga more. That's how I started meditating more.
Actually, most religions are good.
Dude, they're
Like-
all amazing.
Like the problem is when you like take them like
of
To the
course.
extreme?
that's the extreme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
People be exploding and see.
exactly. Yeah. This guy. Yeah.
People be.
But yeah. It's too much. But yeah, that's what I was getting to, man. To get it back a little bit more serious. Actually, the more I research religions, the more so me personally, I just take a little bit from each religion. Everything that I like, because they all have amazing principles. Every one that you research, all are based on.
You know who did the same? And it's a big part of how I like to model my life. And it's I could say a mentor, someone I look up to, Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
his thing about martial arts is take in what's useful and get rid of what's useless.
Uh-huh.
So he took a bit of all the arts, combined like, all right, this art has good footwork, but shitty punches. I'll take the footwork from this art.
Uh-huh.
This art is good
Fucking
this, but
good.
shitty that, and just combine his own.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what made him like, well, that plus him being the person he is,
Yeah.
the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so good too, cause like we kind of.
Bruce Lee is one of my idols too.
Yeah, he's
I've
fucking
heard-
dope, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But-
one of those people that dead or
we
alive, if
grew
I
up,
could
like,
meet,
watching
it'd
his
be him.
movies and
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Not him.
I feel like the best people in life do that. You gotta learn, cause like that's what I was talking about last week with football. I took the discipline I learned from football,
Mhm.
and now I apply it to my life in business.
Yep.
And then I take the.
How's he doing?
I knew something was coming, bro. I can't.
I saw your face. I saw your face.
We're gonna have to like
It's
chop
so
that
good.
clip up and just zoom into
Yeah.
Jose's face.
Yeah. Anyways, dude, we're not gonna be able to. We got 45 minutes. We're not gonna get
so
shit
happy
done.
he looked at me after saying that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, your morning routine.
Okay, morning
Sorry, man.
routine. Yeah,
It's
morning
still in
routine.
the morning
now.
routine?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I
Hurry
think I
up,
got
man.
that
It's
out the way.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's have a talk,
Yeah, man. So
Like-
basically, all my habits now, I'm trying to crunch
Okay.
them in an hour and a half, get everything.
Yeah.
Wake up, make my bed, watch a
Amazing.
video.
Amazing. Chris,
Yo,
please.
shit, yeah, fuck this guy, bro. I hate this guy, bro. We're never bringing him back, man. You can stay home, sleep in. I'll
So
send
we
you
got our
this.
list of topics. We got through one. Okay, so yeah, so my morning routine, and I'd say for me, my morning routine is much more flexible. Like it's to a point where, so what I've done for myself is I've created a list of things that energize me. And the end of the day is that I want to start my days as energized as possible so I can bring that energy into the world and to people I communicate with. And I find that just having that high energy or that good positive energy makes an impact on everybody else's life. Like just, if you smile at a stranger, they smile back, boom, you made someone's day right there. So the sort of thing where I made a list of all the things that energize me in my day. And I try to just combine a mix and match of them in my morning. Like, all right, this morning what I did, I woke up, I got my stretches done, did my morning movement routine. I started throwing in some animal flow into there as well. I'm like, it's pretty cool. Let's try it out, see what it's about.
Animal flow?
Yeah, it's like you're like on all fours. You can like rotate and like it's. I don't know how to explain that in words. Honestly, I just started, but it's
get up on the desk and show us. No,
but it's think of it almost like breakdancing meets capoeira in a very it's a flow like movement thing. Like you could be crawling, rotating, flipping, getting your like all types of cool stuff.
Just movements.
Just movements.
Like
Just
you just learning
movements.
now, yeah? So
Yeah, I just found it, got on YouTube and just followed one thing. I started with
Okay,
one
okay.
thing. I'm gonna do one, then level to a second one, level to a third, because I'm not
Okay.
the type who's gonna bring everything at once.
Oh,
Let
that
me
sounds
just
cool,
master
man.
one thing at a time.
That sounds
So
cool.
this morning it was morning routine, stretch, roll, stretch, do my movement prep, get the animal flow in, and then I get my greens drink in, and then from there it's shower, and then from there it's to get my protein shake in, which is very high in fat to get that brain fired up, and it's the sort of thing where
What? Like,
oh
this-
yeah.
Yeah.
So the protein shake is some special concoction right here. So the
Okay.
whole thing is that my whole focus for myself, what works for me, is I want to get my brain as alert, as fired up, and as prepped as possible.
Okay.
So the biggest thing I need to do is feed my brain the food it needs to be able to be as efficient. So
Okay.
it generally comes through getting a protein shake. Could have like hazelnut milk, which is dope. Like that, if you forget almond milk, you gotta level up to hazelnut milk.
Okay.
Comes with a little price too. But
Okay,
the quality of that
The
thing.
good things.
Gang.
Oh.
This man in
No, no,
here,
no, no,
man.
it's just-
This
it's
man
more
in
like-
here. Like.
So I get the hazelnut milk, I get my chocolate protein in there, I get some MCT oil, which is a medium chain triglyceride. So MCT oil, for those that don't know, it acts like carbohydrates in terms of giving you energy, but you get none of that crash. And it's a
Okay.
much slower release.
Okay.
So that generally comes from coconut oil. So I put a little bit of that. Then I'll throw in
I forgot
some.
my notebook. I feel like I should be writing this shit
Oh,
down.
We're recording.
oh, right,
we are recording it.
homie, like, no worries. No worries.
So I'll get the MCT oil in there.
Give some of this protein for him, man. he needs the brain working too.
And this is where I mix and match. Is each day I'll mix the different type of nuts I'll put in. So this morning I had pecans and I had chia seeds. Then I'll either put walnuts or I'll put not hazelnuts because I already got hazelnut milk, or I'll put macadamia nuts and all the
Okay.
stuff that are generally higher in fat just to get that brain fired up.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So
I need one like for switching off my brain. I need one to switch off the brain. I need less activity on my brain.
that's a whole different conversation. So essentially, my morning routine
Oh.
is very flexible.
VR helps you with that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, my morning
that's
routines-
interesting. Like I never knew. Like, do you actually feel like your brain fired up?
So what I feel is I
Like-
feel more alert, and I don't get any of that cloudiness. Like when you get like towards the end of the day, you start feeling a little foggy, and you start
Okay.
doing some of these in your day. It's just everything is going, like everything flows. There's no obstruction. It's like driving down the street and there's no speed bumps. It's just flow nonstop, and I love that.
Like-
it allows me to be more productive at the same time.
Like most of the time, I like that, man. Like it's not like my brain is not like into. It's hard to focus, but I feel like it's on the right speed, man. Maybe too much sometimes. You know.
But that allows you
That's-
to be the creative person you are at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you need
Yeah,
to have
agree.
all that, because you're going there, you're grabbing from this, you're grabbing from there, and it all comes into your paintings. And like your paintings, your drawings speak for themselves. Like it's not like it's 4 or 5 colors mixed together. Like there's so much depth to that thing. Like
Thank you.
you could be staring at one corner for 20 minutes, like, but hold on, oh, there's
I
all
know.
of this here
I
too.
know.
Thank you.
Some
man.
insane
Thank you.
stuff, and it shows what's going on in your head, which I admire in artists.
Thank
Just
you,
that
brother.
brain they have.
So now that we talked about these morning routines and why we have morning routines, one thing before, we'll just make it quick.
Mhm.
Is your morning routine the exact same step every single day?
No.
Every morning.
Mine is very fluid and flexible. I just plug in and play what I need for that day.
Okay.
But there's always that morning roll and stretch and movement in there,
Yeah.
just to get the body flowing and maintain some mobility and just get the brain fired up too.
Dope. How about you?
No,
I guess
man,
you said-
like that's kind of like a morning routine, but can change. Like if I stay working like until 5,
Yep.
I can start my day at 12.
I see.
It's not like I'm suffering because
Yeah,
of that. You
yeah.
know, like I don't have much like for sleeping. It's not that I need much sleep, even if I know I should, because I'm only 20 years old and look how I look, you know. But even I don't really like if I sleep like 3-4 hours, I'm good. But I cannot do that every day.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, it's like 8 hours is perfect.
Yeah.
But if I do like 3-4 hours, I can do the whole day and not even feel tired, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
always like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
me
if
too.
if I'm talking to people or if I'm doing something and then just sit down and relax, then yeah, maybe I feel like have a nap. But
You got to stay engaged.
yeah,
That's
but,
the big thing.
but I'm always like, you know, like I actually feel like you know, like I meet someone that I like you guys. No, you know, like for real, like I might be tired, you know, and like, oh fuck, I feel like I wanna go home, sleep. Then I see you, and I fucking forget that I'm tired, man. And like, yeah, let's talk about shit, you know, say shit, you know, like let's have fun, you know,
Yeah.
beers maybe.
So I like what you said there. I'll let you go back and I'll come back to that. Go ahead for yours.
Okay, just so I don't forget, because I do forget really badly. So, the one thing, since we just explained our morning routines, why are morning routines important? For me, a morning routine is important because it sets my mood for the day.
Mm-hmm.
If I wake up late and then I start work and I got none of my habits done, then the rest of the day I'm playing catch up. And it doesn't allow me to be creative, especially for someone like you and myself. It's very different because if I have to think about, like, if I don't have it structured, it's very hard for me to dive in. Like, I just sit there and have to think for hours before I start going, you know? Like, but a morning routine is just, as soon as I get my morning routine straight, my whole life transforms because it's just taking care of the one thing.
Yeah.
And then the next thing goes to the next, and the way you do one thing is the way you do anything. Back to that conversation, like that sets it off for me.
For me, it's different. It's more of just get it done. Like I got a list of things that make me energized. As long as I get 3, 4, 5 of them done in the day, whether it's morning or at night. But the reason it's morning is I wake up early anyways, which is I'm like, you know what, make use of this time that I'm up. I was never one to just kind of lay in bed and just like lay there still. I'm like, I always got to be doing something.
Yeah.
So my morning routine is just that. Gives me something to do, and then my day starts
Yeah.
on a good foot.
Yeah, for me it's not like I don't really need the structure. It's some things that I do just like I don't know, like to have a life maybe. You know, like other than that I'll be just like working on pictures and you know.
That's good. I like how you said have a life though, because
Yeah.
for my, that's good that you can do that. For myself, I will sabotage my life for my habits. You know what I mean? If I don't get them done, my habits are something that I have to get done without fail.
Yep.
I don't care. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah, but I respect that
You
because
ha-
you understand how important that is for you to get everything else you got to get done.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it
if
depends.
that one falls off, the rest start to fall off.
Yep.
And if I get them all done, the momentum carries. And you just build that compound effect type
Yep.
work. The same thing you did over day by day for 2 years.
Keeps
Fuck.
you in a winning state,
Oh,
and
the
that's
whole
where you
time.
want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
A winning
But-
state's a good place to be.
But that's not for me. Is if I don't do if I don't complete something like I don't know, like maybe I don't have my tea or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I can, you know, I can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I'm like the same way. Like, if it's if something falls out, I'm not gonna hurt myself or like mentally hurt myself. You know, I won't tell myself, oh, you suck, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I will schedule it in maybe on my lunch break, but I just make sure it's done. And so yeah.
No, I can leave things for next day, no problem. you know, like yeah, like my dual kind of life, you know, like
Yeah.
just you know, like why so worry too much about things that they're not really so important, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I don't really care. I don't give.
Yeah.
Usually my approach to life is I don't give a fuck. You know. You know. I
You
can-
got that free flowing
Yeah.
energy, which just makes sense.
Yeah, and you know,
And
I
it
feel-
works for you for creating what you got to create.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not so good for other things, like the business part, like we were talking about yesterday. You know, like,
Yeah.
like, if I have to send emails, fuck, sending one email could take 2 hours for me.
Yeah.
You know, like it's something like I feel like it's office work. You know, so I don't know, sending an email is like, oh fuck, yeah, fuck, oh no, fuck, yeah, fuck.
So it's funny you mentioned that because that's the sort of thing where in every, whether it's business or anything we do, there's always, you have to wear like several hats. You have the creative hat you got to wear.
Mm-hmm.
You got the technical hat, which is like
Oh,
really good at your
yeah.
skill. But you also got like the managerial, the business hat, where you got to think about like, all right, how am I going to structure this thing so that it gets where I got to get to?
Mm-hmm.
And I find that one, like we're not taught how to be good at all three hats, which is why people generally hire someone else. Like if
Okay.
you're super creative, you hire someone who's got a business mindset,
Uh-huh.
and then boom, you got Apple computers going out taking over the world.
Uh-huh.
But it's the sort of thing where there's a great book called, oh man, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank on this. Wow. I recommend it to everybody. Anyways, it's
No
a great
worry,
book.
we can tag it later.
Yeah, we'll put the photo up. But
Uh-huh.
essentially, it's about a person whose her job was creating a cupcake store. That's what she did, and she loved. But she never had that business mindset. And
Uh-huh.
her whole thing was she's always felt like she's going to work every day, working all these long, crazy long hours, not really getting anywhere because she
Uh-huh.
never really structured herself to create a system.
Okay.
But as a creative, or her being a technician, good at what she does is making cupcakes, she never had the time to think about the other stuff she needs to put herself in a position to win
I know.
and to be able to have a life, to be able to spread out, be able to grow the business.
I think that's my
Because we're so
problem.
deep into what we're doing because we love what we do and we know we're good at that.
Yeah.
And we feel like every time we pull away from that to do something else, it's taking away time we have from creating the stuff we want to create.
Exactly. That's my problem right there. That's my problem right there. It's like I'm always cooking the food, but never like setting the business up.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm always like working on. It's like, yeah, I'll send the email later, maybe
Yeah.
5 days later. No
Yeah.
problem.
See,
You know. And then I use the time to like have like I don't know lots of pieces that I haven't even like uploading Instagram or the website or because I think like until I have that thing set up, it's just gonna be like it's just gonna drown in the ocean of images that is in Instagram
yeah,
or
I
whatever.
got the book name. It's called The E-Myth Revisited. The
Is what?
E-Myth Revisited.
Image?
E-Myth
Okay.
Revisited. Phenomenal book.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes on how
Is
helping
is
this.
audiobook version?
There is an audiobook as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes about how he helps this lady create a franchise for herself, and he explains the whole like McDonald's creating a franchise and how you need to have a system
Oh, nice.
in all businesses that you do. So even though you're being creative, you have to have a system where you could create the
Absolutely.
art, you could send the art out, you could have someone to follow up on, make sure the sales are taking place, and so on and so forth. But it's a phenomenal book to read that shows you the 3 different hats you need to wear.
Perfect.
And sometimes you may not be able to be good at that one thing, so you hire someone else who's good at that.
Actually, I just downloaded a book. I listen a lot of audiobooks, yeah. So I just downloaded down like 4 audiobooks about time management
Mm-hmm.
because I just wanna get like my seat out there, you know. And I know I'm not gonna do it if like there's this book I'm listening is a Pomodoro technique.
Pomodoro technique, yeah.
Yeah, have you heard about that? It's like you can accomplish something and you're like me, like the monkey brain, yeah, like it's really hard to like focus on something that is not because I love pictures because I just get lost into the immersive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the Pomodoro technique is like you set the the Pomodoros like
The timer.
the timer, yeah, for the cooking. Yeah, like you move them and then click, it's like
Yeah.
20-30 minutes. And he's saying like the goal is to accomplish one Pomodoro, and then if you get distracted like during the Pomodoro, then the Pomodoro is not work. Like that Pomodoro doesn't count at all. Okay, so you gotta start again, and then that's the way that he
Yeah,
explains
so-
better. He
No,
probably
of course,
explains
yeah.
better.
The
but-
Pomodoro technique, what he's going on also is you have that like 15-20 minute timer to do work,
Uh-huh.
and then you get like a 5-minute break period.
yeah,
Then you get another 15-20 minute to work,
Yeah.
then a 5-minute break period. So you just get that like on off. So
Yeah.
like, you ever realize how TED Talks, I think they're all like 18 minutes long?
okay,
Because you realize anything longer than that, people start losing attention and they can't focus anymore.
yeah,
So they focus to keep it at that. And it's the same thing the Pomodoro technique is kind of channeling is that for this short period of time, concentrate your work, and then let yourself get distracted, concentrate your work, let yourself get distracted. And what I love about that is not saying distractions are bad. You're allowed to have distractions in. And I think that's one thing when it comes to meditation also, I'll bring the parallel, is a lot of folks that are new is like, yeah, but I can't sit there and think about nothing. It's not about thinking about nothing. Just let whatever thought comes in your head come in your head.
yeah,
If you're thinking about trying to think about nothing and something comes in, you're thinking about cats, think about the cat, okay, cool, I see the cat, cool.
Yeah.
Boom, on to the next.
That's what I like when I was in the coming back to the deprivation time, sensory time. Yeah, that's what I do. Like I don't do like meditation. Like let me not think about anything. It's kind of like when the thoughts come, like you use them. How I feel about this thought? Well, you just give them a form and then let go, and then another thought comes, and then
That's meditation, homie.
that's
Yep.
meditation.
Yep.
If you let a thought come in, all you do is recognize it, see it for what it is. You don't judge it. You don't associate it with goodness or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you let it pass. You just just come back to your breath. That's why they always say come back to your breath, because when you come back to your breath,
Okay.
you're focusing on that, then all of a sudden you're gonna realize, oh, now I'm thinking again. It's almost like a soft touch, like you almost pop a little bubble, right?
So I got
That's
a
all it
question
is.
for you guys. When you guys were kids in school, were you the type of kids that was always looking outside the window, staring at the clouds?
I was just looking everywhere. Just
What do you mean? Like just like
So like teachers
zoned
talking,
out.
you're just looking outside, just staring
Yeah.
at like I want to be outside, just looking at stuff.
Yeah, actually, I was reading a lot of books when I was because I couldn't pay attention, so I was like in my desk, just like reading
Oh,
books,
yeah.
like about any kind of book.
Yeah.
Mostly, I like autobiographies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was reading a lot of that when, well,
yeah.
the teacher was probably
Mm-hmm.
a stupid
Yeah,
cunt.
The reason I bring that up is you're talking about letting a thought come in and let it go. I think back to my childhood just kind of staring at clouds, and I equivalent that to same to looking at clouds. I'm gonna say, oh, that one's got cool shape, and it's gone. All right, let's do the next thing, and just let it come in and let it go. You can't control it, you can't hold it.
Oh, okay,
Just let it in and let it out.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not really looking at the clouds, but
So I've been meditating since I was a toddler, man. Since
Yeah.
knee high,
Oh,
baby. I've been on this
Been in the
meditation
game.
game.
What? Been in the
Um,
game for years.
But I wanted to come back to something. You said you
Uh-huh.
didn't have a set schedule every morning,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not able to put on all those three hats that we were talking about, right?
Oh
Like
no, I'm not.
and you said
Yeah.
you wanted to read more about time management.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
me, if I'm just taking photos and doing things like that, sure, I can manage one thing. And just.
What happened?
I don't know. Yeah, it's almost done. So I
Okay.
can manage one thing at a time. But soon as I start to have to deal with the podcast, then deal with the daily vlogs, and then deal with the business side, and then deal with my emails and deal with work, that's when time management takes a serious role in my life. So if I don't get that first morning done,
Mm-hmm.
like if I don't do that, then everything else falls apart. Then I don't do my daily vlog then because I didn't have time because I had to do my habits and I had work. So that's why the morning routine is so important. That's why I preach that, because if you take care of that, everything else falls into place and it leaves you more room to grow. All these millionaires, billionaires, they're managing their time unless they hit the lottery or they're doing something. So it's actually, I don't really necessarily enjoy waking up at 5 in the morning, but I know
Yeah,
to
I
get
believe
where I
that.
want to get into life, I need to wake up at 5. I need to get this done, and then my time here is structured, my time there. That way, I plan out, okay, I want to be really good at finances for my future. Well, I made sure I got a little bit of finances in that day. Even if it's 0.1% better, boom, I got my reading, everything. That's why time management is so important.
You know what that has me think of as you're saying that also is you got your time management, you got your routine, everything energizes and goes.
Yeah.
It's like you just got to get shit done. And
Yeah.
as you're saying that, what I realize is you ever realize when people procrastinate till last minute,
Yep.
they get that I got to get shit done mode gets switched on.
Yeah.
Like, boom, everything is done. Boom, like, dude, it took me like less time than I thought. I don't know why I procrastinated
That's
so long.
actually me. That's actually me.
So what he's doing is channeling that let me get shit done in a that you turn on in the procrastination mode, let me get that shit done mode, and just creating a routine.
Yeah.
So he always has that get that shit done mode every single morning, every single day.
Mhm.
I know, but I feel like if I create a routine like that, there's two things about that. Like one is like what you say, like I'm not able to put the 3 different hats, and
Mhm.
Yep.
like even at the beginning when I was, because now that's the way I am. Like I'm always working on pictures most of the time. Like if you call me, it's like if I'm at home, maybe I'm watching something, but I'm never only watching something. You
Mhm.
know. Anytime you call me, I'm probably working on pictures. You know, like what you doing? I'm just editing pictures, blah, blah.
So you're working in the business, but not on your business.
Yeah. So, but anyway, at the beginning, it wasn't like that. Like it was very hard. Like I was just distracted in Facebook, on Instagram, whatever. So what I did was creating, like, working on pictures, making an habit out of it.
Yeah.
That was the way. Like, I think I really get that.
That's
good.
good.
So I
Make
like
a
what you
habit out of
did.
it, yeah.
You made it a habit.
I made it a
That
habit
is
to spend time.
amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's the
I-
same thing you're going to be doing with your time management. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
set
the
a
thing.
time out to make it a habit.
Kind of like I feel like if I have a structure, like I gotta be like stressed out and I could
Ooh,
be
yeah.
like I gotta be thinking, like the way I think is more like, I don't know, like as you say,
Okay,
like
but we'll
catching
take this.
ideas.
Yeah, we'll take a step back because if we
Okay.
place everything like that, you're gonna get stressed out, like you're saying.
Yeah, so I don't think I gotta have like my creative mind,
Yeah.
because creative mind is like you're wandering around the
Yeah.
world of ideas or whatever. And there's another thing that you say that I wanna get into. Fuck. I
Okay.
forgot.
While you think about that, that time management. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. time management in the morning. You said
There
you.
was something
Oh
else
yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah.
said.
So creating of a habit.
Yeah.
If you try to, this is a good thing. I like that you brought this up because if you guys try to put 5 things in your morning routine right away and you have not done any of them, you will fail. I'm going to tell you right now. I've done it plenty of times. I failed it over and over. You have to take one, make it a habit. So I started with reading. 15 minutes a day. If you can't commit to 15 minutes a day, you're lying to yourself.
Yep.
You are lying to yourself. Check how long you spent on Snapchat.
Dude, oh, yo,
Check
don't
how
make me
long.
pull this out, man.
So,
Dude,
Yeah.
keep going.
So you get that one habit done. Then once it's engraved, you add the next one. Then you go. This is a long-term success principle. This is not, let me turn this 0 to 100. I'm going to be a millionaire in a year. This is, I want to do this for a long time. That way, in 20 years, I am who I want to be and live how I want to
Like
live.
right now, I feel like I got
Keep going.
I got really good at on picture as good as pictures as like I mean I know I can do better, but I know like I'm in a good level right now, like comfortable enough so I can leave the pictures for a bit, you know, and then start to work on the business now. You know, like before it was like no I gotta keep creating. So
No.
like right now I feel like I need to do like
So right now
set
it's to
things
the
up
point
so I
where-
can get my message out there.
Exactly. You've mastered so much on the creative side. You need to pull away so you can then focus on something else, which will then allow you to even be more creative. And one thing I want to touch on that you talk about not having enough time, and this is a thing that
Oh, I know what you said before. Can I go real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
About the procrastination stuff. Like, that's another thing that I do. Like, I always, like, leave the things to the very last moment and accomplish them, like, maybe 5 minutes later that I was supposed to do it. But it's also, like, kind of like a way to live on the edge, you know?
is it really though?
It is. I really like the rush that you feel, like, when you're like, oh, fuck, now I have to do it. It's
I
so
have
kind of
that
like-
every morning with my morning routine because if I don't get
No,
up and do
no.
it, everything
But
else
you
falls
could also
behind.
create fake deadlines.
Yeah.
Similar to how like we could
Okay.
tell you like, hey, yeah, the thing's gonna be in 2 weeks when it's actually in 3,
But
but,
I
you
know
get
they're
there on
fake.
time.
I know they're fake.
Yeah, but if you're gonna
It's-
lie to yourself, lie to
that's-
yourself for something good.
I'm not good at lying myself, man.
So
I know who I am.
one thing I'm gonna come back to is because I know we gotta end it soon, and
Okay.
we're gonna have a photo of this, and we talked about people not having enough time.
Okay.
And there was one day I was just sitting down, I'm thinking about time, like, dude, like last episode I talked about there's so much time. So I'm gonna break down someone's typical day of 24 hours. So generally we're gonna sleep for like
This is the average human being.
average, just average, like basic, like just you're not doing the 5 hours sleeping, just like a basic thing.
Okay.
You're sleeping for like, so I broke it down, well, break it down in a week. In a week, you're sleeping for 52 hours a week, which comes down to 7.4 hours a day.
What is
You're about 7.5 hours a day.
7.5 hours.
You're sleeping.
Oh, the sleeping. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
And then when you're going to, and we're gonna have a photo of this up so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Then when you talk about going to work, being at work, or being at school, that's about 50 hours a week, including commute. So if you work a 40-hour work week plus driving to and from work, in a week's about 50 hours, which comes down to like 7.14 hours in a day. The
Okay.
0.14 will make sense when you see the photo. You eat for about 15 hours in a week, which comes down to like 2 hours and 14 of
Okay.
eating in your day.
Okay.
Then you relax, watching TV, chilling, doing anything social for 24 hours in a week, which is like almost 3.5 hours in a day.
Okay.
And then you do things like your sports and hobbies for 4 hours in a week, which is about like half an hour a day. So if you have like 2 games a week, 2 hours each, that makes your 4 hours a week. So that totals to a total of 145 hours in a week. Now, in a day, just getting all that, that comes to 20.71 hours. So that now means we have an extra 3.29 hours. That means nothing in a day. I'm gonna break this down into a week. Doing your things of like 7.5 hours of sleep, going to work with commute, eating, hanging out with friends and like watching your Netflix shows, not binge, but like just watching your Netflix shows, doing your hobbies, it comes down to you leaving leftover in a week an extra 23 hours. So now if we break things down in that sense, we do have a lot of time, but what do we choose to do with that extra 23 hours we have in our day? Most of us choose to sleep in. Most of us choose to talk about stuff that doesn't really add to our life. Most of us choose to go through the same conversation about who's the best athlete 20 million times over again. Most of us choose to binge watch a whole season episode of a show and then go talk to our friends about it. And again, none of these things are wrong to do. It's just, but if you're going to talk about not having enough time, you got to audit your time and budget your time and see where are you allocating your time to. Because again, we do it with money. Well, some of us do it with money. But again, like
The
your time,
successful people do it
your
with
time
money.
is your money.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I find when I broke it down, I'm like, holy shit, dude, there's so much time we have in a day to do what we want to do. But you choose what you want to do with that time. You vote with your time. You vote with your dollars. Not vote with your dollar, but you vote for the life you want with what you do with your time. We're gonna have the photo up so it makes more sense
Lord,
to you
man.
guys.
No, that's good, man. That is huge, because that's the thing, bro. Like, people say they don't have enough time. That's why I wake up earlier, so I have more time. The places I want to get to in life involve. Like,
I go to sleep later, so I have more time.
yeah,
But
but,
again, but like-
here's the thing: you go to sleep later, and then you wake up, and
Later.
then you maybe go to work. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Instead of having something that you could have consistently done to maybe get better at selling your product
Mm.
and move you forward, and you know, if you enjoy your life and you love what you're doing and you want to
All
live
power
like that,
to you.
perfect.
All power to
We're
you,
not
man.
trying to
Yeah.
change anybody who doesn't want
No.
to be changed.
I love it.
Then there you go.
But I just wanna get better. I just wanna
So
get better at
You need to audit and budget your time, and
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of thing like Wes was saying. It's not about trying to change people. Is that if you know that you want to make a change,
Yeah.
first thing you do is audit your time.
Okay.
Because once you audit your time and take a look at it, you could then put that time to like, I want to make more money. Let me put more
Yeah,
time
like-
into making more money.
Yeah.
I want to
Information is
get
power, man.
good at a
Like,
skill.
That's how you know.
Let me put more time into making that skill. But if you don't know what your time is budgeted like, you have no idea where to find time. Like, I feel like I'm always
Yeah, you're
rushing.
right.
There's this. But it's again, like, you're not watching Netflix 10 hours a day, binging season after season. Like, you're doing your art instead.
Mhm.
And it's the sort of thing where what you choose to do,
Not
you end up
Netflix.
becoming at the same time.
Not Netflix, but Experience.
I missed it.
Just kidding.
Yeah, so needless to say, we got to start by budgeting our time,
We'll
see
put
what
the
we're
link.
doing with our time, and then choose to allocate what you're going to put your time to in your day.
Mhm.
You got to vote with your time for what you want to get done.
Yeah, that's why the importance of having a calendar. Get Google Calendar on your phone or start using it. If you want to be good with time management,
You gotta teach me how to do that.
I
I've
will.
tried. Like I know how to, like send
Yeah.
appointments and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like the
Just-
way you do it. Like when you showed me, that was crazy. Like
every
That's how you
hour
do-
is
that's how
blocked
you
out.
live.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a
every,
skill. That's a
in
habit.
my-
that's a skill. Yeah, that's a habit.
in my calendar, if you look at my week, every hour is blocked out for something. I will
Yeah.
leave some free gaps, but I make sure everything I have in my to-do list is filled in there. And then even in those gaps, that's just because I'm human. There's room for error.
And you see, I'm the complete, not the complete opposite, but also I'm slightly different, where there's things I want to get done for the week, and I just let it fill in wherever it has to fill in. It's the sort of thing where, like, when I find when I was writing, I'm like, all right, I'm writing a story. I'm like, all right, I'm a little stuck. It's either I could choose to, like, try to force myself to get this done. I'm like, all right, I'm stuck here. Let me put that to the side. I got energy going somewhere else. Let me ride that wave and put that energy into something else, into a different story.
Yeah.
So sort of thing, if I wake up like, no, I feel like in the mood of getting this job, this particular task done today, that task is getting done. I know in the week, all my tasks are getting done.
Mhm.
And sometimes I could get all
But
these
that's
tasks done
still
for the
planning.
week done in 3 days. It is planning. It's more loose form planning, where I'm not as strict with it,
Mhm.
but I'm loose because I know I'm going to get it done regardless.
Mhm.
But it's a matter of like, all right, this energy I got today is feeling very creative. I'm going to write, or I'll do something like that. If I'm feeling
That's
very
good.
like focused and like productive or very like analytical, I'm going to focus on those other tasks that are more analytical.
That's good.
Mhm.
But I like how you said, I know I'm going to get it done regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know I'm going to get it done regardless. This is becoming, like, the scheduling and everything is becoming a habit. So in order for me to do that, I create that deadline in my
Yeah.
calendar. I fill my shit up, because if I don't do that one, well, then the next one gets pushed, and the next one gets pushed, and the next one gets pushed, and now I can't do the podcast with you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything gets pushed, so I create those deadlines to just make sure it's a win. Make sure it's a win.
And what I like a lot is that like we're 3 different individuals with 3 different styles of going about it, but shit still gets done.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the
It's-
important is the action.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's
Just
it.
execute.
Yeah.
Just
But
execute.
Execute.
these
That's
are
it.
just tips
Like,
to execute. That's
I'll
it.
share what I have on my screen
Yeah.
from my background. Like we'll probably zoom in on this.
Yeah.
But every time I open my phone, my background says no limits and execute.
Damn.
That's one of the things I do for myself to remind myself. It's one of those like little subliminal messages. I have to
Yeah.
open my phone. I just gotta execute.
Yeah,
Let's go.
that's dope that you did that, because my background, my biggest weakness, like I said in the first episode, is my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I have the hardest time waking up in the morning. So to start, first of all, I started, I called John Luke, my accountability
Mhm.
guy on this. I told him if I don't wake up at 5:45 a.m. tomorrow, it doesn't matter what I do, I lost the day. So I woke up like this. Because I know I'm going to get my habits done regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that my win, and I made this my background. Every morning you have 2 choices: to continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. Just so I
Hold on,
see them.
repeat that.
Every
Repeat
morning
that.
you have 2 choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them.
Woo!
So now every time I open my phone, I see that. If I wake up in the morning, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to feel guilty as hell if I don't get up and do it.
Just
That's
execute.
cool.
Just-
I have my dog on there.
I think that's a good place to end the episode.
I have my dog and he looks like he's a stone. So,
Show it to the camera. Turn
So-
the screen on.
yeah.
Turn
I'll
your
send
screen
you the
on.
Oh yeah. I'll send you the picture later. No worries.
This guy, man.
So yeah, This has been
execute.
interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
This has been interesting. It's been
It's
different.
I
I
think-
definitely am grateful for this.
Yeah.
It adds a nice little mix to the little different flavor to what we've done
Yeah,
before.
and ways
Yeah.
to see live. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
One thing I will say for anyone, I should have said this at the beginning. Really go take a look at his work, because when you understand what he's doing, you're gonna be like,
It makes much
it
more
makes
sense.
much more sense why
Much
we
more
brought him. You're
sense.
like, who the fuck is this guy that we picked up on the
Right.
street? Who the fuck is that dude, man? Nah,
And again,
go
like,
look at
it's-
his work. It's amazing. Like,
Thank
it
you,
takes
guys.
hours. It's in depth. This guy is really talented.
And what I'll say, like, just to be honest, like, yeah, like, my idea is like, all right, we're gonna have a list of things, we're gonna tackle the topics. But I'm like, even if we don't tackle that, just that energy and that being able to see what we do get done out of this, this is completely different than our first episode. Completely
So
different. But I
Much
still
better,
appreciate
Much better, I'd say.
Get
Much better, I'd say.
But I still appreciate it because it shows that, one, like, we're not all perfect. We're not
you
all...
Are, you are not. Yeah, you're right.
And like we're not always doing the same thing the same way every single time. It's like I know like most podcasts or most radio shows that have a formula, it has to be the same thing every single time, but every now and again you gotta switch it up. People want to see something different from time to time. And I find that this adds a nice little complement to that structured style we had last episode. And who knows what next episode will be like. Maybe we tell you not to come back and we have that structured for 4 more episodes.
I'm not
and then
coming
bring
back if you don't bring me beer, man. That's easy to get.
But needless to say, it's
so good.
something that I appreciate because that it brings a different style, different flow, and it's not always like you go on some YouTube channels or some podcasts just serious. Like, all right, like is there any way to like kind of be light? This adds a nice little like blend of like I could laugh, I could smile, I could enjoy things.
Oh yeah.
I really that's what I was talking about before we got on. I was like, I want this to be, I don't know, we don't have a name or nothing, but like I just want everyone to know that we're all fucking human.
Yep.
You know, we can do as many great things as we want, but I slip up, he slips up,
Yep.
you slip up. Bill Gates, I don't know if he slips up. He
Depends
might,
what's
I'm
involved.
assuming. You know?
Depends what's involved.
Yeah.
If I sleep or not.
Yeah, so it just like
Yeah.
just
Showing
be human,
authenticity.
Man. Yeah, it's it.
Showing
authenticity.
Man.
That's what it's all about.
And we're just here to kind of give some perspective and help people become whoever they want to become, or just appreciate their life more for what it is right now. You know?
Yeah, because we're living in a world where everyone's chasing perfection due to social media and seeing what people just portraying their best selves, and it's like, yeah, they are perfect in that photo, but the other 23 hours of the day, that's not their life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I can say, like even having been in fitness, you see these guys on the magazines. Oh man, they're shredded. Like yeah, for that day. The rest of the season, the rest of the year, they're just looking like regular folks, just a bit more muscle bound. But it's sort of thing where a whole goal of this is just being authentic, being pure, being honest, and just like showing like we may seem like we have it all together, but we all slip up, we all make mistakes, we're all human. That's what it all comes down to, is realizing we're all just people trying to figure stuff out. Whether
that's
you're
right,
like a student, whether you're a doctor that has no clue what a patient has, or whether you're a parent that has no idea how to raise your kids, we're all just trying to figure things out in this together.
Oh yeah, that's true, man.
That's good,
I mean,
man.
I still feel like I'm trying to. I know I'm still trying to figure things out, and I fucking love it, man. I fucking love. I love the journey.
Yes.
You know?
You're never gonna be perfect. By the way,
it's
you'll
not just
never be
about-
perfect. Yeah. I mean, you're close. You're
What
close.
do you mean I'm close?
But you'll never actually be perfect, man. And you can have so much fun with that when you realize you're never gonna be perfect. So just try and just fucking just have fun with it, man. Like that's
Enjoy
a
the
big
journey,
thing.
man.
You
Enjoy
told me
the-
that. What is it?
Perfect imperfections?
Nope, not perfect imperfections. Better is done than
Better beats perfect.
better beats perfect.
No, done is better than perfect.
Done is better
Done
than
is
perfect.
better than
Done
perfect.
is
Oh, that's
shit.
right. That's right.
How
Yeah,
about
that's right.
done is better than perfect. So
That's really
myself,
good.
I've been trying to put all my social media out there and like trying to make it perfect. And I
Step
almost got caught in the same trap with the podcast episode. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I want a Canva cover so it looks perfect on my feed. This and that. I was at work. I was trying to make it on lunch. I was like, fuck, I have 5 minutes left.
I like
Fuck it. Post it.
Yep.
And then I was like, yeah, fuck, it feels so
Yeah.
good, man. You just
Yeah.
get it
Yeah,
out
the
there.
day-
Even right now, we're doing this shit. We don't even have a name yet.
I know.
I know. And
that's
I
what I said,
love
yeah.
that also.
Get
So
things
this
done.
podcast called No Clue.
Yeah,
Like,
no
We
idea.
may figure it out
That's
10
what it
episodes
is.
in.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
no clue, just the podcast.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when it comes to that. That's what I was telling him at the beginning. Yeah, he's like, "What's the name?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "If I waited to find a name, I would have never got it done."
Yeah. That's
And the most important thing is that message that people don't come for you for the cover or for the logo or for the design. It's what's the content of that I'm consuming. When you read a book, oh, nice cover, but you never look at the cover ever again. You're focused on what's in that book.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, if the content is potent and quality and adds to people's lives, we're already winning.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's what we're here to do. That's it, man.
Good, man.
Jose, I don't know why you're here.
He just showed up.
That was, I mean, like, there was so much wisdom, and you just fuck it up.
I've been hanging around you too much. You see what happens when he's here, man? I fall off a little bit. Jose's,
You got the polar
Yeah,
opposites here.
man.
It's great. He's being done from both sides.
Damn. Yeah,
Awesome.
I gotta be careful with having Jose in my one of 5 people.
He's that sixth man just hovering around.
Yeah.
If you want to have a boring life, don't have me there.
Yeah, he keeps the spice.
That's
You know, when you
Yeah.
eat a meal, you're like, what the fuck was that?
if you want an interesting life, be
Yeah.
around interesting people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, so every time he talks,
Yeah,
every
it's
time,
good, it's
every time
good.
he opens his mouth,
good.
it's
We'll end it there.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming again, man. It's a pleasure as always.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks for
Thank you.
Yeah, putting up with us.
Peace out. Thank
We
you for
don't know the
coming.
name. I would say thank you for coming to this, but you know, we just
We'll
don't
figure it
know.
out at some point.
Yeah, come back anytime. We'll be here.
Jose will be late.
I'll be late. Next
Unless
time
you
we'll
got
be here.
beers.
We'll be.
Please don't let me talk.
Yeah. Thanks to Studio 710 again, blessing us as always.
Much appreciated.
Peace out, guys.